Hey guys, what's up? Dax here. Today we are here with the Italian Grand Prix, and man, this was one of the worst qualifying I'd ever had. 17th position. Personally, I can't really believe that, how bad this race has just suddenly gone. Or the start of this race, I should say, has gone. But anyway, you gotta take it. I mean, we just didn't have a good lap, so we've got to take this bad result, learn from that, and now go on to the next races, and hopefully we can have a good result here today. Hopefully we can still get a good result. I mean, it would be an absolutely crazy race if we got back up into the points. Our pace just wasn't there in quali, so I don't know. This is definitely going to be an interesting race here, guys. We'll skip that intro scene. We don't need that. We've seen it many times already. See, we've got new tyres on though now, so this should help us out. Towards the end of the stint, we're going to have much nicer tyres than some of the guys at the front, but especially with my bad sort of tyre wear, you know I'm not very good on my tyres. So this should help me out. This should sort of level me out with the AI. And look at that. Oh, this is, the thing about Monza Turn 1 is it's just absolutely crazy. I don't think I hit anyone there. That was near a miracle, and we were actually up to 11th. So, just taking it a bit cautious through there, and AI making contact with each other, now up to 9th. Things can change very quick in this game, so you've got to be on your top form at all times. And we're diving it down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. I knew I sort of cut the track there, so that's why I sort of let Raikkonen through. Suttel getting out of, out. What am I trying to say here? Suttel was getting all over the place, is what I was trying to say, in the background. And really, this is going to be a very tough race from now on. But I am confident. We got the win here last year for Force India. I'm confident we can have a good result here today. We're just going to have to use the slipstreams, use the strategy to our perfection to try and get a good result today. And I was talking in the last episode why I was worse than that was just all over the place. I was talking in the last episode why I think I've lost performance from 2012 onto the 2013 game. I think one reason that you could very highly suggest here, which could probably be quite true, is the fact that I'm not using Racing Line anymore. I just, had it disabled from the off, made sure I had it disabled from the off to make sure that this racing was more pure. And I know you guys are going to be like, well, he uses assists and he's still bad, but well, I think having the Racing Line off really sort of makes it a little bit better. And it's all about my breaking points, not the game's breaking points. And I've got to say, AI here in Monza, at least in the race, are pretty poor. They don't really seem to put up much of a fight, which is kind of disappointing. They're not very fast either, so I don't know why. Maybe it was just a bit of a programming error. Get my words out properly here. But it just doesn't feel right here in Monza that you just, you've been on the difficulty all year, and then suddenly you come to Monza and it seems to be a lot easier. But in Belgium it was actually quite good as well. We had quite a good race pace there, and looking forward to having a good race here. Hopefully we got the race pace to go with our talking skills. Oh, they looked like there was a crash in front there. I'll tell you what, the leader has really escaped here, and I don't know why. Massa got a bad run. I think our DRS, I'm talking about Kers, they really helped us out. Look at the leader, he just ran away with this one. Mark Webber, car in front, I guess it's Hulkenberg in front of him. I don't think it would be Gutierrez. Running down into turn 1 here, running right up behind Webber. We've got a nice setup here, and a nice move down into turn 1. Hulkenberg currently in a top 3 position. And it's a Ferrari, and that will be a Fernando Alonso who's leading the Italian Grand Prix. I'm sure lots of Ferrari fans around the world would have been loving this to be happening in real life. Unfortunately, that was not the case this year. Sebastian Vettel in his Red Bull. But look at the slipstream we've got through here. We've got a really good setup here in Monza. It's just unfortunate we didn't have it. We didn't have all the tools in qualifying to put it together. Just an unfortunate lap from us, which put us all the way down the field. But I'd say look at our race pace here, it's much better. I do honestly think that AI are a little bit slower than expected here in Monza. I would have expected them to be perfectly honest. I would have expected them to be about half a second faster, but they do seem to be quite slow. But you know, we've got a mammoth task on our hands here to catch up to Alonso and that lot. He is really far off in the distance. You can see he's going to be going into Parabolica by the time we go under this Rolex banner right here. And there we go, he's turning into Parabolica, and we've only just gone into the Rolex. So that's like a good 5-6 seconds there lost from Fernando Alonso in the first couple of laps. So we're going to have to be putting in some good laps here. Hopefully this could possibly be the fastest lap. No, it's actually slower. Look at those tyres. It's not really even. It's not supposed to be a high deck track, but it is. There you go. I think it's turn 1 though that the AI are really slow. I'm not gonna lie. Get turned into the corner and sprinting away. Sebastian Vettel seems to have got a good run out of there, which is looking like, oh no, if the slipstream through there can be really good. I'm not sure if the AI just slow or whether the slipstreaming is just good, but keep it on the track there. It's really slowed us up through there, and maybe even Hulkenberg can be brought back into this battle. But Alonso has got a mammoth lead here in the Italian Grand Prix. He's just absolutely doing amazing. It's crazy stuff. But we got all this curse here to lose, so we'll use all of it. So what's the gap here to Alonso? 6 seconds, and he's actually scampering off in the distance. And I'm not even sure, even if we have a fast pace, whether we'll be able to beat him here today. You can see, if I just squint, I can see him going through Parabolica there, and we lost a lot of time during that lap. I think partly going past Vettel and having really not sort of opportune, that's not the right word, not having the perfect line when overtaking Vettel really might have hurt us out there. And you can see that 8 tenths lost in that final sector. Now we've really got to go on a charge. We've got to really push, and now we've got to find this speed with it, which I'm probably sure is in ourselves somewhere, to try and catch up to Alonso. This will be one mammoth task if we can catch up to getting everything mixed up in this episode. If we catch up to Alonso, this is going to be a great race, but I am not holding my hopes very high. Getting a bit of time through the first sector. Better line through there that time. We got 1.3 over Vettel, so this could be the time we're starting to catch him up. We've got to keep our, keep the head down, keep the concentration, and hopefully we can bring the result home that I would like, which is a podium. But whether I can deny Fernando Alonso of a Ferrari home win, I do not know as of yet. As you'll see, the purple sector 2, we're wide through there though. We only gained 1/10 through sector 2. It's really sector 1 where we can gain a good half second. Just the AI are slow through turn 1 and 2. Right, to see the gap as we cross the line any second now. Around the Parabolica for the 5th time. Can we have a fastest lap of the race? Will we have a fastest lap of the race? I don't think so. It wasn't the fastest lap of the race. Over that lap we just about gained a little bit on Fernando, but not enough. So let's see if we can get the gap under 6 seconds through the first sector, as we are pretty good through the first sector, I think. But we'll see. I doubt it will be under 6 seconds, but if it is, that's a pretty good job by us. But I, as I said, doubt it, because he's extremely fast, Fernando, and will not be taking any prisoners through here. And very nearly under 6 seconds. 9,000th of a second too much to bring it to the 6 second mark, but you can see there gaining a lot of time through sector 1. Sector 2 is about equal, I'd say. Sector 3 is where we lose the time, but we just need to be taking a couple more risks. It may make us end up in the gravel, but we've got to take the risks now. It's going to be win it or bin it really here today. I want to win the Italian Grand Prix. Through the middle sector that time I was actually faster than Alonso, so we are, well, just purple we are, but we're coming to the pit lane this time, so there's not really anything good about that. The pit exit is quite away from the start finish line as well, so we'll definitely won't grab it whilst coming to pit lane. Sebastian Vettel, the car in 3rd position currently, if you are not aware. But going into the pit lane, here we are, Fernando Alonso Ferrari crew are coming out as Lotus, there was Red Bull, and there was just pretty much everyone of the top teams coming out into the pit lane. Look at that, Fernando coming out the pits quite a way ahead. Is he going to get overtaken down into turn 1? I think Fernando Alonso is. Now where on earth are the white lines? I do not know. But we've come out behind a little bit of traffic. But they just leave the door wide open. A bit of bumping there. Bit of contact with Sutil. I ran a bit too fast into turn 1, but hopefully we can grab the advantage around here. We're going to do Fernando Alonso versus Sebastian Vettel running outside. We had the curves, which was really helpful there, and we also had the slipstream. So we gained a little bit of time on Alonso here. Whether we can gain enough is going to be interesting, but we're going to have a couple of laps of fast fuel mixture. It says +1, but it will end up being about +2 or +3. Can we catch Fernando Alonso? Who knows? It's all going to be down to this last 6 or 7 laps of the Grand Prix about who wins this race, because if I do not pull in the good sector times, I will not be catching Alonso and I will not be winning this race. And oh, it would be so great to beat Fernando Alonso on Ferrari's home turf. I'm looking actually for a Red Bull drive now, because it looks like, to be honest, the other, Ferrari aren't doing too good. Red Bull do seem to be the best force in the game at the moment, so we'll be looking for their drive next year. Whether that's likely or not, I do not know. Whether we can go to the championship or not, I do not know, but we'll be most likely pulling points on Sebastian Vettel during this race. And what's that gap to Alonso? I don't know. We'll see through the first sector, but I can see it is visibly shorter distance and obviously less time. As I think Alonso was held up behind Grosjean. Sebastian Vettel is there in 3rd position. And our teammate doesn't look like he's in the top 5, which, well, not really surprising, to be perfectly honest. He didn't have a very good race, and well, maybe it wasn't for him this race. And we've caught up Alonso through the first sector, but we've made a mistake through there. That would have cost us a bit of time. Alonso only 1.5 seconds up the road. Vettel is 5.5 behind. We had a much better pit stop stage there. Can we pull home the win realistically here? I don't know, it depends. I haven't got the game volume on, so I don't know whether he's running a fast fuel mixture or not. I don't hear the team. I'm making mistakes through there all the time. That isn't gaining time through there, running all 4 wheels off the track. That is, yeah, not too good. Right, Sebastian Vettel doesn't look like he's going to be much of a threat, but Fernando Alonso does look like he is under threat from me in these closing stages. Oh, I forgot to use the curves. Come on, use all the curves, please, 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 please. Pretty much use all the curves and set the fastest lap in the process. And why is he so slow in a straight line? Do they honestly just gear these cars up really badly? Running down to turn 1, I don't want to make any contact. Fernando Alonso. Oh no, we made contact with Alonso and some sort of glitch there. That definitely wouldn't have happened in real life, but some sort of glitch threw us all over the place. And that would have lost us another, that would have lost us about 2 seconds probably a bit less than that, probably more like 1 to 1.5 seconds as we go under the split. It's not even that, it's only 1 second, so we didn't actually lose that much time there to Fernando Alonso. Meanwhile, all this time Sebastian Vettel is gaining onto the back of us, so we don't want these mistakes to be happening too often here, as we will only have 4 laps to go as we cross the line this time. Lap 10, 11, 12 and 13 will be very interesting during this race, as I don't think I'm going to grab Fernando Alonso's position on this lap, but it could be somewhere on the next lap. Who knows? It's going to be very interesting. Fernando Alonso is fast through this last sector, and look, you can see there I'm very slow, and I've lost a lot of time to Fernando Alonso through there, and time to put it into standard fuel mix there today. And looks like Alonso might have just put me out of DRS zone there. Whether he would have not, I do not know. We'll see as we come across the detection point whether we grab that DRS advantage. We could, and we just about did. It must have been mere thousandths of a second that separated me getting that DRS and did not, not getting that DRS. So 4 laps to go. How will this all end out? I don't know. We're not going to use any curves around here, because we could be sneaky with this, because we could use the the and the DRS. When hopefully we'll get the DRS through an opportunity sometime. I was going to go down the inside, but I don't think it's going to work out. Staying on the track, and we're both optimistic through there, and we're putting each other offline, which is now really making Vettel catch up to the back of us. This is going to be very interesting. We're obviously going to get the DRS because we're right behind him, but do I use the DRS now or not? Sorry, KERS now. I'm going to use a bit of KERS. Alonso seems to be fast in a straight line. Oh, we make mistakes through here all the time though. Oh, we made a mistake, and now Fernando Alonso side by side with us. I feel like I should just give him the position here, because honestly I just make contact with him there, which wasn't his fault. And we're going to be running into the parabolic side by side. And I've made a mistake, I've went in too deep. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. We're running side by side with Alonso, and this is just interesting racing at its finest. As we're running side by side across the line, Fernando Alonso will grab the DRS advantage as we cross the line. Sebastian Vettel, whilst we're battling away here, he is gaining at a fast rate of knots as Alonso dives down the outside. Is he? No. My tyres have literally gone off, and I made a mistake, and I'm into the gravel. Fernando Alonso hits his front wing on my front wheel, I think that was. And now Fernando Alonso is looking for a move down the inside. I'm going to protect this outside line, as I think you can get the momentum through here. Whew, this last couple of laps is going to be so interesting. 3 cars separated by 3/10 of a second, and as Alonso stops, you know the glitch, guys, you know that glitch. Whenever he's like pinned onto the apex, he goes very slowly. So Fernando Alonso now backed out of the race for first, but who knows, if me and Vettel have a good old battle, this could really go to the wire. And Sebastian Vettel dives it down the inside. Sebastian Vettel has the advantage through there. Can we get it back on the brakes? I think we can. We'll tuck it down the inside. We'll get that position. Sebastian Vettel has had that same glitch. Now Fernando Alonso's all over him. Fernando Alonso stopped whilst crashing into the back, I think, of Alonso. I'm talking so much in this episode, I need a drink. I think I deserve a good old drink of water after this race, as we're pulling a bit too much through there. We've touched the grass and the grass again whilst looking behind. Last couple of laps, I have not had the good pace. I've been all over the place. Sebastian Vettel now 1.5 behind us. I reckon this is going to be a good old four-way battle before the end of this race. Oh no, we've missed the apex of turn 1, and now we've got to be very slow through there, and you got marbles all over our tyres, so we've got to get those off. But with Sebastian Vettel right behind us, this is becoming a very good race. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Maybe not the best race pace, just due to being in the battles, but it's really fun. Defending from Vettel, no, we're not going to need to defend, so we'll switch back to that side of the track. And once again through there, but our tyres have nearly gone. I think, yeah, our tyres are pretty much gone here, with Sebastian Vettel right behind us. And we made a mistake. Vettel trying to go around the inside, and now Alonso's gone around the outside. Fernando Alonso, what a manoeuvre round the outside. And now Fernando Alonso, it's in the back in an opportunity to try and grab this win. Do we monitor him, or I think we're going to switch back to this side of the track. Oh no, we made a mistake. We've got gravel on our tyres. Where's Alonso? He's right there. This is going to be a last lap showdown here with Fernando Alonso right in the slipstream. Vettel pretty much giving the bump draft down the back straight. This is becoming NASCAR Formula 1. We've got 3 cars in the space of more or less 2/10 of a second going through parabolic. I take a bit too much speed. Alonso's going to have to better run out the corner. I've literally run out of breath here. This has been one of the most exciting races I've ever had on F1 2013 career mode. Please don't say we lose this on the last lap with Fernando Alonso going down the inside. We're going to brake a little bit early there because he's going to squeeze us out, and we're going to run side by side over the curbs. And now we've gone into the gravel. Sebastian Vettel loses his front wing, which means Mark Webber now goes up into 3rd position. Only his 1 retirement through this race so far as well. Can we get Fernando Alonso on this final lap of this Italian Grand Prix? It's going to be very good. I make a mistake through there. Can we get into the DRS zone? I do not know. It is going to be a crazy showdown here between 3 different makes of cars. for all different drivers for this win, and whoever's in 5th there could even get in on the party, and that's Felipe Massa. The DRS is available. Let's use it down the back straight under the Rolex bridge, which connects it to the long circuit, or which has the long circuit going over it, I should say. Fernando Alonso is leading this Italian Grand Prix. Can we get enough of a slipstream down this back straight to have the advantage going into the last part? We're going to use the fast fuel mixture. We've got to try and win this somehow. Can we get it round the final corner? It's going to be about when to pull out. It's going to be extremely close to the line. Who's going to get the win? Second place. Second place. That must have been one of the most exciting races I've ever had on F1 2013. Separated by 3/100ths of a second. 4 cars separated by 1.7 seconds. What an absolutely crazy race. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Yeah, only one retirement, which was Bianchi. And there's the championship standings. Closing on Vettel, as is Hamilton. Not too far back with Webber. Has a resurgence. But Alonso's good as well. So it's the top 5 in this championship, which is extremely close. But guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. It's been Axe Mad here. Goodbye.